Good afternoon, everybody. It's Mario Inocenzi from the Mario Inocenzi Show. It's a beautiful day out there. The sun is shining. And I actually see some of the ice dripping off of the building. So it's a great day, guys. Who's Mario Inocenzi? Guys, I'm just like everybody else. I'm a barber from Parma, Ohio. My barbershop's at 7526 Broadview Road, Pleasant Valley Shopping Center. Never in politics in my life until I saw Donald Trump coming down the escalator that evening, like many of you. Came from a Democrat family. I think I only voted Democrat once in my life. One of my biggest mistakes I ever made. Haven't voted Democrat since. I'm a registered Republican. I live in Geauga County, which I think is the best county in the state of Ohio to live in. I'm on the executive board of the GOP. I am on the Geauga County Parks District Board of Directors. I am the vice president of the board, just elected to that. And I'm a God-fearing Christian. I have my Bible in my hand. I read it all the time. I am who I am because of this Bible. Guys, I'm a nobody. I'm a barber from Parma. I got to shake hands with the President of the United States of America. I've sat and talked with current U.S. senators, U.S. congressmen, state senators. I got to meet and speak with Laura Trump at a dinner, at a private dinner, and got to speak to her again at another event. I got to drive in the presidential motorcade to the IX Center, which was one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done as an adult, as far as electrifying and politically. I got to meet President Trump when he was at the tarmac of the Cincinnati airport when he rolled out his tax plan. All kinds of good things have happened to me since 2017, and I want to thank Jim Renacci for that. I got to meet Jim Renacci back in 2017 when he was running for governor. I was called by the president of Bikers for Trump, and hey, Mario, would you like to go interview and talk to Jim Renacci and possibly endorse him for the club if you like him? So I said, sure, but I didn't know a thing about Jim Renacci. So I went online like everybody else does. I looked at his Facebook page. I looked at his voting record for the U.S. Congress. And a lot of my friends said, why would you endorse Jim Renacci? He's a rhino or he's a liberal. And I said, how can that be possible? He's voted with Jim Jordan, 97% of his votes. Jim Jordan's no rhino. Jim Jordan's no liberal. So therefore, Jim Renacci's no liberal, guys. So get that cloud out of your head. Renacci's no rhino. Renacci's no liberal, guys. That I can tell you for fact. Now, everybody's saying, who's going to get the nod from Trump for governor? Wouldn't he go with the current governor, Mike DeWine? Well, guys, let me ask you a question. If you called a friend up and asked him or her on a date, and twice they stood you up, would you be there for them? Not me. Twice. President Donald Trump came into town, and twice that I know of, Mike DeWine stood him up, snubbed him, didn't show. Now, let me tell you a little story. When I was driving in the presidential motorcade for President Trump, I had Sarah Sanders Huckabee, Mike Pompeo, and Conway, Carrie Ann Conway, I think her name is, in my vehicle. You drive, when they get off the Air Force One, they shuffle everybody into the vehicles. You drive wherever you're going to go to. We got to the IX Center. We pulled into the IX Center. We all exited our vehicles and went behind stage. Now, behind stage where everybody's talking and doing their thing, and at that point, Mike DeWine said he didn't want Jim Renacci on stage with him. Well, Jim was no longer running for governor because President Trump asked him to jump out of the governor's race and run for Senate. So I saw no conflict. I mean, what's the big deal? But Mike DeWine threw a tizzy fit, guys. I mean, a tizzy fit. You can hear him screaming through the backstages of the IX Center. The crowd couldn't hear it because there's too much noise up front, but we were right there, guys. So they start the event. All the hoopla goes on. President Trump goes on. Mike DeWine's on there. And President Trump's looking around like, where the hell's Jim? So he looks. He sees Jim off to the wings. He nods over to Jim. He says, Jimmy, come on up here. Jim came up there, and let me tell you what, Mike DeWine was not pleased about that, guys. Not happy at all. I know what goes on behind the scenes. I've seen it for myself, guys. Jim Renacci's an honorable guy. He's a devout Catholic. Every time he's out and about in any city he's working in, any town in the state of Ohio, you can see him at a mass. He always takes a picture of the church he goes to and shares it. So he's a good Christian, guys. Jim Renacy's a self-made millionaire. He came to the state with his family as a boy with nothing. Worked hard. Got his first dealership. This is the time Obama was shutting down dealerships and making the deals with the big threes. Well, Jim called his congressman at that time and said, hey, this is happening. They're trying to shut us down. Congressman said, Jim, you're in a good space. We're not going to let them shut you down. Not going to be a problem. You know, as a businessman, you need to hear these words. Your livelihood depends on your business. Well, needless to say, Jim got screwed. His congressman didn't stand up for him. They shut down his business. It was one of those car lots that got closed down by GM. Jim called his congressman and said, hey, you screwed me. I'm going to run against you and I'm going to win. The rest is history, guys. 2 terms Congress. Jim exited Congress on his own, guys. 2 terms. He said, I asked him, I said, Jim, why did you decide to get out of Congress? He said, Mario, D.C. is broken. He says, one man can't change it. He said, it's just you're swimming upstream the whole day and getting nowhere. And I understood what he meant, you know, because everybody there, most everybody there is for personal gain. They don't care about their constituents or what our needs are as American citizens. Only thing they care about, I wish I had an envelope, was an envelope that they're going to get from whether it's big farms, tobacco, car manufacturers, whoever else has a hidden agenda. They go for whoever has the most cash in most cases, guys. So I applaud Jim Renacy for getting out of Congress and running for governor. Now, of course, everybody knows the story. President Donald Trump called him, said, Jimmy, I need you to run for Senate. We got a Democrat in there that we need to get him out. Well, and I believe in bottom of my heart, guys, that Jim Renacy would be our U.S. Senate right now if the Ohio GOP would have stepped up and backed him like they should have. But the swamp is dirty. The swamp's not only in D.C., guys. The swamp's here in Ohio. It's in Columbus. It's in Cincinnati. It's in Cleveland. It's in Cuyahoga County. It's in Geauga County, guys. The swamp is real. The swamp is alive. And there's a lot of swamp-dwelling creatures in it, guys. And one of the biggest creatures is our own Geauga County chair. But I'm going to get into that in a minute. Remind me that I need to get back into that, guys. Jim Renacy has picked a running mate. It's Mr. Knopp. Mr. Knopp is a Christian filmmaker, successful Christian filmmaker, and a movie called The Trump I Know. Guys, this is a dynamic duel. You've heard of Batman and Robin. This is my equivalent of Batman and Robin. Renacy Knopp, 2022, guys. And how do you vote for him? First of all, you got to be a registered Republican to vote in this primary, guys. You got to get out there and vote in this primary. You have 2 major candidates, and you got one guy that could be a spoiler, guys. Mike DeWine is your incumbent governor, who I feel needs to go. Jim Renacy is the only contender out there that can actually beat Mike DeWine for this governorship. And there's a spoiler in the race who I actually think is a plant from the governor himself, Joe Blystone. Blystone claims to be a commoner like you and I. He has a $2.5 million farm, guys. You have a $2.5 million farm? Not most of us do. Hardly any of us do. He's a businessman. Not so great. Filed Chapter 7. Now, I'm not saying that's good or bad, because a lot of us out there has had to file Chapter 7 or Chapter 11. But when you're a businessman talking about moral values, you screw a lot of people when you file Chapter 7. He's running for governor, guys. Do you want a guy that has to file Chapter 7 as your governor, or do you want a guy who's a competent businessman running your state? I go with the competent businessman, Jim Renacy. We're going to have an opportunity to meet Congressman Jim Renacy and his running mate, Joe Knopp. I still call him Congressman out of respect. I don't know what you're supposed to call an ex-president or an ex-congressman or an ex-senator. He'll always be either Jim or Congressman Renacy to me. Either one he allows me to say. He's my friend. Guys, it's going to be Saturday, March 12th at the Lavera Party Center. That is at 32200 Chardon Road in Willoughby, Ohio, guys. Easy access, 271 to 91. You're there. Lake, Geauga, Cuyahoga, Ashtabula counties can all come there. Let's fill this place up. Seats are only $70 a seat. That gives you a 4-course dinner, appetizers, desserts, and a couple drinks on us. There'll be a cash bar after a couple drinks. We'll always have raffle baskets. We're going to try and have a Chinese raffle. And we're going to also be giving away 3 guns, an AR-15, a .380, and a home defense shotgun that evening, guys. Tickets will be on sale there. How do you buy tickets, you ask? Well, you can always contact me. I'm available 24/7. My number is 216-520-1977. Or you can go online and buy them at our Square site. It's https://Geauga, GEAUGA, CCC.square.site. It's right there on your screen. I know it's complicated and long. If you have any questions, concerns, you want me to walk you through it, call me. You can always send us a check too. Call me and I'll give you that address where to send a check to, guys. I had someone say, Mario, $70 is pretty steep. Well, it's not, guys. You're getting an excellent meal. You're getting a 4-course meal. You're getting dessert and appetizers and a couple drinks. And this is a fundraiser, guys. You can't have funds without making something on it. And I assure you we're not making a lot. But every bit of the funds go to our local candidates, guys. We buy signs. We buy shirts. We buy literatures. During our last election, Geauga County Conservative Club sent out a mailer with every candidate on it for the primary, and that costs a lot of money, guys. Nothing is for free. Stamps, paper, artwork, everything costs money. So we need your help. Fill up this place. Let's make it a great evening. Guys, it says more speakers to be announced. I'm going to have 2 of the senatorial candidates there. We're just making sure the dates are right. And the third person that we're going to have is going to blow your mind. I'm not going to tell it on this broadcast until we completely got this person nailed down. We're 99.9% sure we got it, but we're not sure until it's signed. So I'm not going to blow it. I'm not going to screw it up. I'm not going to say it till it's time, guys. Now, as I was saying, we got rhinos in Columbus. We got rhinos in Cincinnati. We got rhinos in Cleveland. We got them in our county parties, Cuyahoga, Summit, Lorain, and we got them right here in Geauga County, guys. Our party chair's got to go, guys. She's a do-nothing chair. Everything is about her. It's not about her constituents. When she was running for mayor, there was 2 Republicans running, her and the gentleman that won. You didn't see one of his signs at our GOP headquarters. They were all MacArthur for mayor. That's bullshit, guys. I'm calling bullshit right now. And I'm sorry for cussing, but there's not a better word for it than that. So, with that said, we need central committee men and members to take heed. Think about this. She's ran for how many different offices and has never won one of her offices, guys. The voters of Geauga County have spoken loud and clear. It's time for this chair to go. Guys, I want to be your next party chair. Not for any other reason that I love our county. I want to do the best for the people who are in office, the people who will be running for office, and most of all, the constituents of our county, guys. I'm going to go to our chair with 2 things. The Bible in my right hand and our bylaws in the left hand, guys. I will do everything by the book. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to make mistakes. I am not a politician. I am not a polished person. I say what's on my mind 99% of the time, and it gets me in a lot of trouble. Open mouth, insert foot. I should have that all over my shirts. But I'm going to do my best for you, the constituents. I'm going to do my best for the people who are in office and who are running. And that is my promise, guys. This lady has cost our party thousands of dollars. Every time she opens her mouth, she gets sued and the party gets sued, guys. I am going to try to curtail that and make it so it doesn't happen again. There's always going to be an idiot out there that wants to sue somebody. We know that. But it's not going to be because of my negligence. If I make a mistake, I will be man enough to stand up in front of the body, stand up in front of the world and say, hey, guys, I apologize. I made a mistake. Let's work through this. Let's get it right. I don't think any of our meetings should be private. Unless it's a sensitive vote that only the party members should vote on, then you let people in, let them hear the people talking. Then, okay, guys, it's time to vote. Can you please exit the building so we can get our vote on? I don't have a problem with it. I don't think anybody else would have a problem with that. But not letting people into a building saying you're not a part of the party, again, excuse me, is bullshit. Anybody should be able to come enjoy the environment of the Republican Party. We need to be an inclusive party, not an exclusive party. Guys, she runs this like a flipping country club. All of her high rollers are in it. Guys, I want everybody in. I'm a barber, for God's sakes. Anybody that wants to be part of our process can be in part of the process, guys. Simple. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a jerk. Be respectful. And let's make this party great again. Let's make Geauga County great again. Let's make Ohio great again. And it starts right there, guys. Renee C. for governor. Guys, we got a lot of great people running for Senate. You got a horse race. I think there's 5 or 6 people running in it. But it's coming down to a top 3 or 4. And the primary's in May, guys. So you got to really get your ducks in a row here. I'm going to tell you who I like. I'm not going to tell you who I'm endorsing yet because it's not in time to endorse. It's not time to endorse. And I'm not sure I will, but I'm going to tell you a couple guys I like. And I'm going to tell you why. And there's not anybody in the race I don't like at all. And I'm not BSing anybody. That's the truth. There's nobody I dislike. There's one person I could take or leave. That's neither here nor there. But here it goes. My top 4. Bernie Moreno, self-made millionaire. Came to this country as an immigrant. Did it the right way, his family. He is a U.S. citizen. He is a businessman, successful businessman, charitable, very nice guy, family man. He can win it using a lot of his own money, guys. Great guy. Bernie Moreno. Mike Gibbons, born and raised in Parma. Again, blue-collar family, self-made man. Mike is leading in most of the polls that I see. But polls, you don't know till the votes are in, guys. So Mike Gibbons is a great guy, guys. I know Mike personally. I know Bernie personally. I know everybody I'm talking about personally. I've sat down and talked with them, guys. They're all great people. There's not one bum in the race. Josh Mandel, great young man. You know, he was our Secretary of State, and he exited that after a few years and didn't rerun. But Josh Mandel's a great kid. He's a kid to me. He's an ex-U.S. Marine, great guy, doing very well in the polls. And he probably has some of the most money raised in this campaign. But, again, money doesn't make a man, as far as I'm concerned. And we also got Senator Matt Dolan, guys. Ohio Senator, great guy. Let me tell you a story, and I'm going off track a little bit like I always do. Mario's Barbershop was doing the Kentucky run, and I had 2 people reach out to me. And neither one of them wanted me to say anything, but I think it'd be stupid of me not to thank these guys publicly. Bernie Moreno sent me a check, and Senator Dolan both sent me a check. I asked both of these gentlemen, what do you want me to do with these checks? They said, Mario, do whatever you need to do with them. Gas, food, lodging. So we did that, and we bought food. We used it for gas, food, and lodging, and we also bought supplies for the folks in Kentucky with the balance of their money. I want to thank those guys personally from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for stepping up to the plate. You didn't have to do it, and I know you probably didn't want me to mention this, but I had to do it, guys. So I'm back to Senator Dolan. Senator Dolan sent me a check for the people of Kentucky. Thank you very much, Senator Dolan. Senator Dolan would be a guy that could just jump into the seat and start running from day one. He is a sitting state senator, not looking for money from anybody else. Senator Dolan would be a great candidate. We got Timken also, Jane Timken, who was the Ohio representative for Donald Trump during the campaign. Jane Timken, Timken Steel, huge company. Again, someone that doesn't need any money. Another candidate. And, of course, I'd be remiss to forget about Mark Paquita, guys. Another great guy, self-made businessman. He's also running, guys. So you got a whole horse race of guys. We got to pick someone to beat Tim Ryan, the Democrat guy, because he's one of the worst senators I've ever seen in my life. And we got to pick one of these guys. So you got my top 4. Now I'm going to narrow it down to my top 3, which is Gibbons, Moreno, Dolan. So, guys, and next week, I'm going to narrow it down to 2. And then eventually I'm going to come out with my endorsement. And it doesn't matter what I say, guys, but I'm going to give you my endorsement in a few short weeks. Not that it's going to carry any water, guys, but that's that. Again, before we leave, I'd like to talk about my Lincoln dinner again. Geauga County Conservative Club, Northeast Ohio Conservative Club, Ohio Citizens for Trump. Our Lincoln dinner will be on March 12th at the Lavera Party Center at 32200 Chardon Road. We're going to have a great lineup of speakers, I promise you. We're going to have great raffle baskets. We're going to be giving away 3 weapons. It's going to be a great evening. Stay tuned. Any comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to call me. I will answer any questions you have. And we'll go from there. It's going to be a great dinner, a great night of entertainment, a lot of information. Hope to see you there. You can call me at 216-520-1977. Of course, our address is there on the page, so you can get your tickets online, guys. So we're going to go ahead with our first live caller, or we're going to open up the phone lines. Phone lines are 440-447-0133. The phone lines are open now. That's it. Let me say goodnight, because let me end it now. I'll give an ending speech. Guys, it's been a lot of information I've given to you. I've talked about our trips to Kentucky. I've talked about our senatorial race. I've talked about our governor's race. I've talked about our GOP chair in Geauga County. I'd certainly like you to get in my camp and help me get that chair to make Geauga County great again. Guys, we got a lot of things coming up. Stay tuned. We're going to do this again next week. We'll go live next week, and it'll be a great show. I promise you that. Again, if I become your chair, one hand will be the Bible. The other hand will be the party rules and regulations, which I will live by and abide by. If you have any questions, concerns, you can always contact me at 216-520-1977. Geauga County Conservative Club on Facebook, Northeast Ohio Conservative Club on Facebook. And you can always join our page, our private group, Ohio Citizens for Trump, on Facebook, guys. I want to say God bless you. God bless this United States of America. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you and good night.